Most solo bike footage looks like this. You strap a camera to a helmet or a handlebar, hit record, and end up with a chaotic perspective feeling more like a security feed than a documentary. The challenge for the Volts and Ventures project is to produce a 27-mile narrative film without those traditional compromises. There is no chase car, no drone operator in the sky, and no camera crew waiting ahead. It is a single rider navigating a custom e-bike, capturing every angle alone. The solution is a system we call the shooting profile. Instead of leaving the camera locked in one place, we map specific, highly engineered rig configurations to precise geographic locations along the route. Every mile of the tour is pre-visualized, pairing technical configurations to the specific geography. This allows us to capture the exact physical sensation of the landscape as it changes under the tires. The northern arc of our route begins on the pavement. The transit from Georgia Street down to Maria Drive requires navigating urban asphalt and frost heaves at 19 miles per hour. This diagram illustrates Rig 1. To handle harsh city vibrations, we collapse the carbon stick to 3 feet, preventing a violent leverage whip. Switching to Rig 2, we clamp the camera 6 inches off the asphalt. This ultra-wide cone turns modest speed into kinetic motion. To capture the heavy hum of the fat tires, we mount a dedicated digital audio recorder directly to the front yoke of the bike. Before rolling, we perform a single, sharp hand clap in front of the lens. This gives the editing software a transient spike to seamlessly align the high-fidelity ambient audio with the video. These rigid mechanical anchors ensure the camera survives the harsh transit, setting us up to capture the moment the tires roll off the city pavement and crunch into the crushed granite of the reserve. Crossing into the Schmeickel Reserve, the environment dictates a mechanical shift. The trail narrows under a dense pine canopy, and our speed drops to a controlled 12 miles per hour on smooth crushed granite. On this vector model, smooth surfaces let us extend Rig 1 to 5 feet, floating the camera like a tracking drone. For live commentary, we use Rig 3 on the handlebars. A 180-degree rotation captures the rider's face, while lower speeds prevent wind shear. The shifting light inside the canopy requires strict exposure control. We lock the shutter speed to maintain natural motion blur and rotate physical ND filters to balance sudden sun flares. These adjustments ensure the camera captures the stillness of the canopy without the jitter and blown highlights that usually break the immersion of forest footage. Further along the route, the natural earth gives way to human-built architecture, specifically the timber amphitheater and the long elevated boardwalks crossing Moses Creek. These locations trigger our feature dismount routine. Rather than riding straight through, we physically release the rigid dual clamps, removing the camera and the telescoping pole entirely from the bike frame. Off the bike, the extended pole becomes a versatile handheld boom. We execute smooth 8-foot vertical crane lifts to reveal the massive timber arches and walk sweeping orbits around the parked vehicle to establish the scale of the environment. Once back on the move, we lock the camera low on the front fork. As the tires roll over the boardwalk, the lens captures the heavy suspension actively compressing and absorbing the gaps between the wooden planks. Releasing the camera from its fixed axis introduces perspective shifts that would be impossible from a stationary mount. It captures the tactile rhythm of the machine as it interacts with the beams and planks of the trail. Compare this calculated approach to the erratic helmet footage we started with. We replace chaotic shaking with precise, smooth movement, skimming just inches above the grain of the wood to deliver a grounded sensation of speed. The final sequence weaves together audio transitions from pavement to gravel, drone-style tracking shots through the pines, and grand architectural reveals performed on foot. Every angle, audio cue, and camera movement is executed by one person riding a custom e-bike, without a secondary crew member on site. The result is a workflow where a single operator can capture a diverse array of perspectives, normally reserved for a multi-person crew, all by mapping the rig to the road.